Welcome back to another episode here on Rotten Block. Now, between episodes, I went ahead and opened up a little stall here just so we can help distribute some of our hay bales. We've got a lot of this stuff, and I know people might want it for maybe making some packed mud, whatever they need. And then, yeah, the Live Laugh Loaf, the bakery here, is doing pretty good. It's been, I think I've been making some diamonds from it. Yeah. But today we're not actually going to be building another shop. We're going to be heading down this alleyway back here and head back to the wall. Because today we are going to be opening up a community storage. And I've been doing a little bit of work back here. We just dug out a big hole. We marked out some rooms here. And so we're actually going to be doubling up a couple different projects here. So we have player vaults where the X's mark out. And we're going to have 12 of these. You know, we have 12 members, one for each member. And then here at the center, we are going to have the community storage. So this is where people can come grab materials for maybe community-based projects, such as the Nether Hub. Now, for each player vault, we are going to be installing these 1x2 doors. We're using some gravity-affected blocks like concrete powder. And when you tap on the note block, the pistons activate. Like this, yeah. So the next thing we need to do is get 12 of these things installed. Alright, so I got all these doors installed, and what we need to do now is start figuring out what this area is going to look like. So with these X's, I've marked out a 7x7 interior with a gap in between each room for the walls. And so I've put together quite a bit of that material. Ooh, some mangrove. We might be able to use some mangrove. Since we're using spruce down in the floor, I'm not sure how much I want to use it in the walls. So we could try something with the stripped mangrove. Yeah. And then maybe if we grab a little bit of this tuff. I have some tough bricks here, and maybe some of this pale moss. Do a couple layers of each material. Kinda like that. Yeah, I think this is looking pretty good. We'll add more detail and we'll do some texturing along the wall. I just want to try to get the shape in here, but I think this is looking pretty good. Well, we have been at this for a little while now, and I think it's a pretty good time. We just take a moment, pause, and take a look at things. So I've completed all the rooms, other than the roof or the ceiling. I still have the ceilings to do. That's okay. But I've gone ahead and did a little bit of detailing. I did some texturing in the floor. I added 20 barrels to each one of these vaults. Also added a crafting table at the center. That way, if people are in here, maybe needing some of these things like the crafting table and the ender chest, they have access to it. And then here at the center, we have the community storage where people can come in, drop maybe materials that they typically distribute in their shops. They can come here and just help provide for the community storage. That way, if anyone in the future is working on a community project, they have access to these materials without spending their own diamonds. And then on either end, we have some space that we're going to come back later and maybe add like a kit shop and maybe an enchanting setup. That way, if people end up dying, they can come here, grab gear from the kit shop, and resupply. And then I've claimed the room back here. You know, I didn't want to be selfish and take one of the rooms up there near the entrance. I figured I could be back here, and that'd be okay. I haven't done any decorating in here yet. I've just been storing all my building materials so far. But yeah, I think everything is looking pretty good. I still need to do some texturing along the walls, add the ceiling, whatever. Now, I would like to start working on the kit shop, and I think we're gonna pick this wall. And I'm not sure how much space we're gonna need, so I'm just gonna start digging some space out. Can't imagine it would need to be too too big. I think maybe we'll try to get some storage in for armor, tools, and whatnot. We need a place for wings. I think having some spare wings would be nice. But then maybe have some anvils if people want to combine stuff. I don't know. And then this room isn't as wide, this way. It's not as wide this way because we're going to be using barrels and not chests, so we don't have to go as deep with them. I'm not sure how many we should have. If we did like helmets, maybe helmets, chest plates, leggings, boots, various tools, weapons, maybe some other resources. That's probably pretty good. And then maybe what we can do is tear out this little portion here. And then maybe add things like the anvil, maybe like the smithing table. Just some other stuff on this wall. That might be good. Alright, well this is looking pretty good. I did try to do a little bit of decorating here. We're using some armor stands, and I think that should help to inform people that this is the kit shop back here. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, back here I've just added a couple smithing tables because I'm not really sure what we should add here. An anvil. Yeah, with some extra anvils below. I think it'd be pretty cool if we get some armor templates down here, or just templates, whatever they're called. We'll have them down here. That way people can actually use the smithing tables. Now, what we really need to do is get this kit shop stocked with armor, tools, food, whatever resources might be handy to help someone restock their inventory if they die and lose items. Which is weird, because I actually did that. I died. I lost Flutters 1. I only have Flutters 2, and it'd be really nice if I didn't just have one pair. So I think we're going to head over to the end, start collecting some wings, and maybe collect some gear so we can help stock up this kit shop. Well, we have wrapped up our trip to the end, and I've done a little bit of rearranging here at the kit shop. So over here, I have put together a bunch of diamond armor, a mixture of maybe some iron armor that I got from the end cities, and then I also went over to my trading hall and got a bunch more diamond stuff. So we have a bunch of armor, some weapons here. I still need to get bows and arrows, but we did add some shields, and then we got plenty of tools. And then over here, we have two new stations. We have the food prep area and then the flight prep. So I've stocked up a bunch of bread and cookies and pies. And then we've got a bunch of rockets over here with some spare wings, just in case somebody maybe dies and needs to get back to their stuff real quick and they don't have a spare pair of wings. And then on this back wall, we have a simple display case of just some armor, some tools, and then we have some tool stations with an anvil, with some spares down here, and then a smithing table and a grindstone. And I figured we could probably at some point try to get all the armor trims. That way people can just, I don't know, use them for free. But we have recently updated to 26.2, and I figured there are some pretty cool stuff to go explore.
Okay, do we have any idea where that is?
Nope.
One of the so we just
I just figured
flying away until
we pick a direction.
Pick a direction.
That we
fly away until we find the spring.
Yeah. Oh, I found it. Found one.
Oh, let's go.
I did bring buckets, and I've got some blocks we can play with in a little bit.
I just want to get materials immediately.
I know, I thought about it, and I was like, nah, I should wait. You want some buckets?
I got some buckets.
You need
Ooh,
buckets?
there's one of the guys. I need a few, yeah. Wait, the sulfur cubes, I know they count as like hostile mobs,
They're passive.
but they don't despawn. Oh, I thought they count as hostile.
No,
because,
they don't attack.
Could probably make a really, really easy
Diamonds.
mob switch with them otherwise. This cinnabar has like a weird sound to it. I feel like it sounds more like a dirt or soil rather than a type of stone. Yeah, silver too.
Did anyone mark the coordinates?
I did. I got a coordinate.
A coordinate, like the X or the Y?
Yeah, if one of us gets the X and one gets the Y and one gets the C.
Yeah, we each get one.
But then also like we each take one but don't like tell the others which we got, so we end up all of us just like knowing this is the Y coordinates.
Yeah, I'll do X. Oh, I took another screenshot.
No, you don't say what coordinate you take. That's the entire idea.
No, I'm just gonna put a number in general, but I'm gonna do X. You can do Y, but not. Let's not do it in order. So,
I'm just gonna say -13.
and then Val just never does it.
Then you have one long line to cross before you find it. Awesome.
I was gonna ask if that was a
I
signed
should
binary number.
I should have said mine in Danish.
Change it out.
Oh, there's another big guy over here.
I've got 4.
He's mine.
I'm pretty good.
I've got 4 now. All right, are we leaving?
Yeah, we'll head back to spawn. Maybe play around with
Yeah.
the cubes. Oh, there's a bunch up here.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see. What the hell? No! I was about to snipe him. Space. Okay, so looky here. This guy has wool in it, right?
Mhm.
So if you sprint, attack him, and then keep punching him, you can like juggle him.
Yeah, they let me look. I got a bunch of wool.
It is like it's like floating-ish.
Yeah, they have like a high air resistance, so they come down a little bit slower.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of blocks here we can play around with.
Okay. I think that's my favorite one. They go everywhere.
I think if we had some slow falling.
Oh! This looks so dumb.
And now that we got a few of these sulfur cubes, I figured the next best thing to do is get a farm built. All right, well, the farm is all done, but we still have a couple more things we have to do here. So I've got a sulfur cube that we're about to drop into this little gap here above the gate. And so once I've opened up that gate, sulfur cube's going to drop down, split into two, and then these minecarts over here will get sent over, collect the sulfur cubes, and then they will go into their respective locations. This is kind of inspired by the farm that Doc just built. So when both minecarts fall through these gaps here, they will fall into the second floor where they will wait to grow up. The powered rails below, they won't get powered until both the sulfur cubes grow up. That way we don't end up with more cubes in the system than we want. So the first cube over here will get sent up this bubble vader, where it will then fall down this chamber again, splitting into two smaller cubes. And then the bubble vader over here, this is where this cube will go up and then get collected into a chamber, where we can then collect it using another bucket here. All right, let's make sure this works. We're gonna put the cube in. We should see these two minecarts activate. It should pick up both of the cubes. Hopefully this works. Put the guy there. Open the gate. Falls through. Close the gate. And got the first cube. Got the second cube. They both fell into their chambers. And now they are just going to sit here until they grow up. Cool. Now we got to get the second set of minecarts onto the rails over here. Basically what happens is, you know, we're basically just recycling the minecarts. And this should be it. All we got to do now is just wait, and yeah. But I figured while we wait, we can probably decorate the face here. That way it's not just an open, ugly thing of redstone. And since we also collected a ton of this cinnabar and sulfur while we were exploring, I figured we could use these blocks to decorate with. So get rid of this glass. And I'm not sure how accurate this is, but I went with some brown colors and a little bit of mangrove. 3-block gap, brown terracotta, and then a little bit of spruce. Alright, well, it has been a few days since the last clip, and we've got this little build all done, and we have 15 of these sulfur cubes stocked up. So I ended up having to make a little modification to this system. In Creative, I had a little problem where one of the cubes wasn't growing up at the same time as the other. So occasionally, one of these sulfur cubes, it wouldn't get picked up, it would despawn, and then because I had this check on both sides, it just wouldn't send this guy when he grew up through the system. So I got rid of the check, and now the system will activate when this guy grows up. Because they do actually grow up at the same time. It just, for whatever reason, it was a little different in Creative. And I have also gone ahead and wrapped up the build here, the community storage. I've also written a book, just provide some information just about, you know, the community storage. And then just a little bit more information on each section. People can now start claiming vaults. I've already got mine. But yeah, we got the roof in, a few arches just throughout the hallway. And then, I added this wall, just a few items here, so people can make banners, access their ender chest, and maybe use the stone cutter. Just some extra storage, maybe, I don't know what we'll put down here. I've also gone ahead and started adding stuff to the storage, just things that I have a lot of or that I farm up. I've got farms for the rooted dirt and the mud. I've got farms for oak and mangrove, and then, just a bunch of other stuff. I'm putting these name tags here, just with ideas for what could go here. I've got a lot of hay bales, so I put them here, and this section could be crops. I've got like azalea stuff, and so we could put mossy stuff here, and just a few other things. And I guess I did go ahead and I've finished up the ceilings. I mean, they're nothing exciting, but, it works. So people can actually come in and decorate the rooms as they would like. They can rearrange this stuff. I did do a little bit of texturing on the walls, but I think people could decorate the walls, their entrance ways or entryways. I think they could decorate and make it a little bit more unique. And then just to close off the wall back here, Oh, I had a little thing there. What is that? A decorated pot sherd. Yeah. He had like a chest sherd. I thought that was pretty fitting for a community storage, and then just some paintings and some decoration. Yeah. And that should do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See ya.